So we're back with Stéphane Bucher, and he's going to show us two scenes from films that he's worked on, going in deep into how technically they were achieved and the sort of creative decisions that were going on set. And these were two particularly complicated films. Mm-hmm. So, House of Gucci?
Yeah, House of Gucci, Ridley Scott. We shot this movie 1 year ago, actually, in Rome, Italy. Milano also. We got a great cast. Adam Driver, Lady Gaga, Al Pacino, Jared Leto. Yeah,
massive ensemble.
Yes, and the second movie that I wanted to talk is Lucy with Scarlett Johansson. This is a Luc Besson movie. I think we shot this one 8 years ago in Paris, Taiwan, and I think US also. Right. Yeah.
Okay. So what's really interesting with these scenes is that they don't look, you might look at them and think, what's the big deal? But it's mad how complicated things can get very, very quickly, especially on the bigger films where the demands ramp up quite fast. So this first scene from House of Gucci is a scene where Lady Gaga picks up the phone and speaks to her Al Pacino. Yeah. So they have just a two-way conversation. Shall we watch it through?
Of course.
Hello?
Hello?
Who is this?
This is Aldo. Aldo Gucci. I hope
Aldo.
I'm not interrupting anything important.
What could be more important than a phone call from my new uncle?
I'm truly sorry for not being able to come to your wedding. I couldn't help it. Business packing. Oh, easy on that.
I understand, of course. I know how busy.
I know Ridley Scott likes to do 2 or 3 cameras simultaneously. So how was this actually shot with one?
Yeah, so we use, of course, like always, 4 camera on the same time. So the first problem that we have here is, well, as you can see, not possible to put any wireless, a lav mic on him.
Yeah.
So, of course, we decided to use the blankets, the white blankets, and put 2 mics on 2 different position, left and right, just to be sure that if he is touching one of them, we have the other one for safety. And then we have the boom, but as you can see, the problem is that the boom is a little bit too high. It's almost not usable. I mean, it's usable, but acoustically, it's not going to match for the tight shot. So that's why and the funny thing is that we put the 2 mics, which was with the 2 little mics, which is 60-60 DPAs, white, exactly like the blanket. And these 2 mics are absolutely totally visible outside, but they're too tiny. So I ask every time, DOP say, it's gonna be good. We're not gonna see it. It's good. And the funny part is that Al Pacino arrived on set with Ridley, and Ridley say, okay, Al, so basically you're here. As you can see, you have 1 mic here, 1 mic here. It's funny because I didn't know that he saw me putting the mic, and he was just completely okay with this without saying anything, and he already knew that just to say to Al to not touch that part, if it is possible, So no, really, he's really a good guy.
He appreciates that when he does film with the wide and the tight, that you will have to find other ways of getting a mic close.
Yes, the possibility to get it. So that is the first challenge to find the good position. And of course, I tell you, it's visible mic. You can see. So we just need to, but you cannot actually see. And the second is, of course, Ridley always asks that these telephone must work. I mean, work.
Yeah.
When Al is taking the phone, the handset, he needs to hear the actors and to have this conversation, this dialogue. So this is 70s old phones. So we had really 20 different kind of phones, because on every take, on every scene, he want to choose.
Right.
He want just 5 minutes before the set decorator put the 3 different kind of phone. He say, I choose this one. So you need to be ready with 3 different phones, with different scenes, so which means like 20 different kind of phone. And doing the prep, I asked in Rome to have one technical guy specialized into electronic things, and I say
to put the speaker, to make sure the speaker
yeah.
works.
So basically, I say
receive an input from you.
absolutely. I say to him, listen, you have 20 phones. I want, this is my XLR cable.
Yeah.
I want to connect, and I want to be able to hear on the hand and speaker.
Yeah.
That's it, basically. Are you okay? Yes, and he did it.
That's-
So I had 20 different phones, and we tried it every time. He said, "What about this one?" And we went, "Okay, working. This one working." Blah blah. So it was okay for me. So about the phone, I just got one guy that make it work, you know, to get the signal coming into the speaker.
You must have known very early on that this is how Ridley likes to work. So you knew that a speaker just playing out the sound is not going to be enough. He'd want it to work for real.
Yeah.
Can I ask, was there any question of ever just putting an earpiece in? Would that have not been... So an earpiece as well would not have...
No, natural. Just to help the actor to be as natural as possible, just in the real life. This is also something that we need to do at Sound Mixer to help the actor to get the best performance, you know, by helping them as much as we can. I think that, of course, it is more easy for them to just pick up the phone and hear like in a natural way, you know, in the real life. It's better that asking him to put somewhere and then he's always asking, can you see it? It's sure at the camera. Are you sure? So make it more comfortable to just use on the natural way some of the props, you know, just usable props.
It's a practical phone. I presume Lady Gaga's phone is also practical as well. That was set as well, so you could hear the other side.
big challenge that I have, the crazy challenge that I have actually for that scene, that exactly what you say, it's looked like easy, you know. So we start to shoot that particular shot, means on Al Pacino. We didn't.
So you haven't got any of the dialogue pre-recorded or anything from the previously recorded scene.
Yes. Right. So I said to the first ID to Ray, I said, Ray, I'm gonna need to record Lady Gaga and Adam Driver to me in order to be able to play back over the different lines.
To cue their voices.
The cue, just the cue, you know. And he said, yeah, of course we're going to do it. So 3 days before, I remember that we put on the call sheet, you know, on the call sheet with recording Lady Gaga and Adam Driver for the scene with Al Pacino. Blah, blah. And we didn't do it. No time, they didn't want it, blah, 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 blah. Second day, ask again. No time. They go back to the hotel. No possible. And that was the last day. And the last day, I say, okay, today we need to record them because tomorrow we're gonna shoot with Al. So I need the lines. And then we finish the day, and then, oh no, I think they want to rest. They go back to the hotel. And that moment, I would say, okay, how is possible to do this? And I ask. Ray, the first AD, how are we going to do it? And then he said, not a problem. We're going to use this, just the iPhone. They're going to call from the hotel. And I said, look, you want me to get Lady Gaga on the phone in one hotel and to get Adam Driver to another hotel in communication with Al with the old 18 years 80s phone in the same time. This is what you're talking about. And he said, yes, of course. At that moment, really, I didn't know how I'm going to do it. And as usual, he said, you're going to find the solution. See you tomorrow. And I was thinking, doing a couple of hours, and I say, listen, maybe I should use just a cable coming out from here and just making in a shitty way.
Put the phone on a speaker, and then you have both their voices and mic it up.
Just in a shitty way, you know, like, and putting tapes around to be sure that I was thinking of that.
Put it in a box somewhere.
Put it in a box somewhere. But then I was thinking, my God, because I'm going to have Lady Gaga on that phone, and then I need another phone to get Adam Driver, because it's a three-way conversation. So is it possible to make a three-way conversation on the phone? I didn't know. So a real mess. And then suddenly I say, look, I know what we should do. I should have a sort of conference set up. And during that time, it was the beginning, we were in the middle of the COVID, and Zoom was so famous, everything. And Zoom, I was thinking, but we can have an app on the phone, Zoom app, and then I can have my computer building a sort of conference, but only audio conference, not with picture, only audio.
Yeah.
And then I can call by Zoom Lady Gaga, and then I can call by Zoom Adam Driver.
Yeah.
And then I said, that's the thing. And then I needed to go out from my card, out from the contact, coming into my computer.
Yeah.
And for that thing, I was thinking, okay, let's use the mix pre, because the mix pre, I can use it like a preamp to go into the computer. So Lady Gaga and Adam Driver will be able to hear Al Pacino from the set.
This was the audio in back to them.
They need to
which
hear
is
him.
because they don't necessarily need to hear what your mic on your Zoom. They
but
won't
they need to
really
hear
their
Al
playback
on set,
which is the same playback, which is the live sound of Al's voice
Of
going
course.
into your computer.
It was actually a real dialogue
That is
with Al
complicated.
Pacino. So that is complicated. That means that I need to pick up the sound coming from the two little 60-60, going through my counter, going out from my counter into my computer, sending with Zoom to Lady Gaga and Adam Driver. And then when they talk, we need to go from my Mac, the computer, out from my Mac and going into the counter, and that goes to the hand,
the real working
practical phone. So, well, and then I was thinking, okay, let's start this. I send the famous link Zoom to Lady Gaga and Driver. Okay, and that's it. And I say, please be in a quiet room. Please use headphones to not have sort of feedback. Please do this. Please do that. And then I was thinking, oh my God, when they gonna connect, I need to be able to talk to them. Hey, how are you doing? Yes, we're gonna start soon, blah, blah. So I need another mic. So I make another mic just beside my computer to be able to talk to them. And I needed to hear them also in a sort of solo to be able to have a conversation. And they say, so how is it going? And then I was saying, it's going good. We're going in a few minutes. And then I go
stay
back
on the
to
line.
Stay on the line. I'm gonna tell you. And then I say, and then after a couple of minutes, I open the boom and send the boom for them to hear the set and hear the first AD.
So they could even hear Ridley.
No, they didn't even hear anyone.
Oh, okay.
So they needed to hear the set.
So they needed to hear the set.
Now I'm going to open the mic from the set. Oh, okay, thank you, Stefan. And then they hear the set, and then we hear Ray saying, we're going to go, okay, ready. And then I say, they're ready, we're going to go, okay, Stefan. And then we start. As soon as we slate it and that release action, I turn off this mic, turn off the boom from the set to go to the Zoom and only pick up the small mic. And then they start the conversation. And well, very complicated setup just for a small conversation.
Shall we play a little bit more? Because it goes on.
Ciao Aldo.
How is my little lawyer?
I'm fine.
What are you doing this Sunday?
I'll double check.
Come to my birthday party. I'm only in town for a couple of weeks. Come on.
Let me discuss it with Patrizia.
Let's go, let's do day trip.
You know, your father and I aren't getting any younger. These gatherings are becoming more and more of a rare occurrence, you know? Come on! I'll be jumping out of a cake.
After a couple of takes, Al Pacino, who got the phone, say, can I just put the handset just here, because it's difficult to stay like this and up. So and I was thinking, if you're doing this, you're not gonna hear them anymore. And then there was like, let's have another speaker on set right now, and then you switch from the phone to the speaker as soon as Al decided to put this. So that is okay for me, but I have so many different things to manage at that time that they decided to add this thing just more work, you know. And then we run a cable, and then we took another output, and then on that output I needed to put the outputs from the Mac directly into. So
it's a really
complicated.
interesting kind of collaborative effect that is achieved through high achieving technically knowing exactly what you need to do and how to deliver it, and also creatively allowing the actors to seamlessly go about the scene without feeling like it's being obtrusive.
It's always about trying to help as much as we can to make the actor absolutely happy and to get the best performance. And well, this is really my goal. This is what I'm looking for all the time, to make them comfortable as much as I can. If you need this, I'm going to do it. And I'm not going to say, oh my God, it's difficult, whatever.
Oh yeah, I can't get all these phones to work. We'll just have to do it another way.
There's just no way that I'm going to say it's not possible. It's just, there is a way.
Yeah.
I just need to find a way to just get it.
It just takes a hell of a lot of prep. And talking to the props department with the phone, getting all the phones well in advance.
But that is usual for a Ridley Scott movie. You know, you have the time. I mean, you have a prep, you have the budget, you have everything. You just need to work and to know exactly how you're gonna do it, and that's it. Just
amazing.
We just need to do it. That's it.
So, we have a scene in the car. We have a scene in a car from Lucy, which I think it's equally it's complicated, but in a very different kind of preparation way.
Yes.
So shall we have a look at a scene from your film Lucy, Luc Besson?
Pleasure.
So, shall we have a playthrough? So this is the film is central Paris.
Yes.
And a car drives in, and there's some dialogue in a static car.
This is some pretty weird shit. But I have to be honest with you. What you did back there, that freaked me out.
Now, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, okay, it's a static car. 2 mics over the visors, pretty straightforward. Just put a little DPA hanging on one side, on the other maybe. What you showed me, what you did for this, has blown my mind, really. So shall we just watch it, and then you can explain how you achieved this scene. So just go back to it driving in.
Yeah.
You know, as a cop, we see some pretty weird shit. But I have to be honest with you. What you did back there, that freaked me out.
To put everyone to sleep like that.
Do I need to be worried?
No.
What's that?
Korean. I'm gonna drive.
Hey! No, this is a police car. You can't. No, this is not possible, lady. This is a police car.
Okay.
So you've had some moments there where do you shoot wides and tights simultaneously with Luc Besson quite a lot?
Luc Besson is totally different. He's shooting with the one camera only. But he is the operator. He is having the camera. And he is, my God, zooming a lot. So constantly you are like this, and suddenly it goes like this, and then it goes like this. So basically it's impossible to know exactly where to put one mic in the car, because it's not like we're doing one shot with one lens and another shot with another lens. So it's constantly moving with the zoom. So I wanted to have 2 mics for them, and you're right, usually it's just putting 2 little mics on the sun visor, and that's it, and it's gonna work. But here, because of the lenses, wide shot, impossible. And so my idea was, how is it possible to hide the mic, but good quality mic, and then no need to take it off or in, you know, just because of the zoom. So the idea was the sun visor, and I was thinking, what about buy new sun visor, exactly the same one, make a call to the car company, can I have the exactly same sun visor, please? And then I'm gonna destroy it, open it, put a mic inside, close it again, and put it in the car. So that was the idea. And then I would be sure that, well, it's going to be totally invisible.
It's actually going to be right above their head. And it's not, because normally when you're hiding mics and visors, you won't get in a situation in car where they lean forward, and then suddenly the mic is pointing at the center of their forehead, not the back of their head rather than there. So I guess
What
you sent me some amazing
Let's-
pictures. Yeah, let's have a look.
Let's have a look on the picture. So, first of all, the first picture you have the sun visor. We bought it, then we open it, and then
Stripped all of the
there is a sort
material
of
off
plastic
it.
just all over. We just put it out, and then you have this black plastic thing, and then you open. And when you open it, there is some space here.
So what kind of microphone have you rigged in the visor here?
Yeah, it's a BLM Shucks. So very, very small, and it's an omnidirectional. This is what I wanted, just to avoid the problem of the position of the head. So it's omnidirectional, and I was okay to use omnidirectional as soon as the car stop and the engine stop, because omnidirectional really you have you're just capturing all kind of sound inside the car. So I needed the car to be a little bit quiet if I'm using this kind of mic. So was fine for me and was really, really small. So I used these BLM for Shucks, and when I put back the other side of the sun visor, I just needed to open and to make it totally visible. And the last idea that we got is to put over the sun visor a sort of special tissue fabric, because the plastic will not be able to use because of
you'd see it's not part of the car, right? It has to be the right color fabric. So you're basically reconstituting the visor with a brand new visor with your own built-in mic, and I presume you're plugging a transmitter into it as well, right?
The transmitter was just above, so in the back of the sun visor you have a little hole. The cable is coming out, and then I plug the transmitter, and that's it.
Very nice.
So the good thing is that once it's done, if you can see, we can see on the picture, the fabric is really a gray fabric. I even just took the little picture of airbag, the airbag warning. We just cut it and place it on the same on the same spot, and it was working really fine, really. And the good thing is that Luc could zoom in, zoom out, and we see everything. I still have the sounds, the sound of these mics. It was not a problem for us.
It's a level of detail and effort that you can go to do something like this. To achieve to achieve that takes an awful lot of thought and planning in advance. That must have been weeks of getting this
that
for
took
this one
a couple
scene.
of days actually, of days. It's not that expensive to buy new sun visors. It's just like a couple of €300, but it took time to open it, put the mic, and find the fabric. The fabric is just €15 fabric, but to make it took three days more. And then we asked the guy responsible of the car, we said, this is the new sun visor, please can you put it? Of course. So the car guy just unmount, put our new sun visors, and then when we finish to shoot, just unmount again, give it back to us, and put the old ones.
Very nice.
And that's it.
Great.
No, this is not possible, lady.
So can you point out where the mic would be?
You see the little, this is the one we needed to put the logo, the message. So it's just here.
Just to the side of it.
Yeah, just on the side of it. Well, we needed to make two, right? So and the other one is so the idea was just like if you have the sun visor here, the mic is not exactly. It's just a little bit here. So then when they turn the head, they have the dialogue. When I'm putting mics into the car, I'm never be exactly. There's always a little bit here about to have this kind of possibility to catch the sound when they're just turning the head and having the dialogue.
Cool. All right. So what's next for Lucy? There was another scene which involved a telephone conversation.
Again.
Yes.
Again, telephone.
So does Luc have a similar demand for having everything very normal and for the actors?
That's why I was pretty comfortable when I was working with Ridley after, because they're the same about that particular thing, is that they want to have the actor on the phone, the real phone, to be able to give to the actor the possibility to hear the other actor on a real phone.
So this next scene on Lucy is another example of using a practical phone, making a real phone conversation work with offlines coming through the handset itself, but with a slightly different challenge. And this was also quite a while before you did House of Gucci.
Yes.
So you tell me when to pause, and I'll start playing.
Okay. So you can make pause and go back slightly a little bit. So you can see this is really a 90s century phone, you know, like old kind of phone. So what I decided to do is to just bought RG11. This is the kind of cable, the curly cable.
Yeah.
So I bought it on Amazon for 50 euro.
Yeah.
I just bought it and plug it to the hand speaker, and I just try to find which cable will work to,
Which is the one
to
for
be able to
the
send
speaker, right?
which one will be the speaker. So it was pretty easy to find out. This is not a problem. And the other side of the cable, I just put a mini jack, just a mini jack, and that was going into a receiver, which was a G2 receiver Sennheiser, and I put a G2 receiver just under the phone.
You sent me a
and
picture.
and it's
let me flag up the picture because
it's really funny because when we did this, when we decided to put the receiver under the phone, you can see that the receiver it's a little bit too big to be able to.
Flat, right?
It's not going to be flat. So we just needed to find very quick a solution to make the phone a little bit more higher, so to get some rooms underneath. And then we just use high heels protection. So you can see here
These black blobs.
Black box, yes, high heels protection to make it a little bit higher. And at that time we did it, we say, well, it's not look like too bad, but really it's really tricky. And I say, come on guys, Luc will never film the phone, and it's just like he's gonna film the actor, just pick up the phone and talk. He will never see the phone. Well, it's the first shot of one of the first shot of that scene is just watching and filming,
big close up on the phone.
filming on the phone, and we can see the high heels.
It's on stilts.
So it was just, oh my God, it was just crazy. It took so much time because usually we have a couple of days or weeks of prep, and that scene happened like, but tomorrow we're gonna do that scene. So I wasn't really ready about this setups. So it was just like 1 or 2 days before that, oh, we're gonna shoot that scene tomorrow, after tomorrow. So I needed to find a solution very quick. So the very early morning I came to the set, and then we did this, and we needed to go very quick, find the solution. And then I totally forgot about the off voice that we hear. We hear someone say, oh, a lady wants to speak. He's speaking French, basically. And he say, a lady wants to speak with you. Do you want to hear this? Do you want to have this person? Yes. And then Scarlett Johansson is having the conversation. So this little piece, I didn't record. I totally forgot. And we were about to film in 1 hour. And I was just like, what I do? And then I say, okay, I'm gonna do it. So I went with one boom in one corner of the studio, soundstage, and then I record myself. Went back to my trolley, and then I said, okay, I'm gonna play it back and we're gonna see what's gonna happen. And then we start the day and we start to shoot, and then Luc say action. We record the first take, and then he say cut. Who is doing this voice? Who is doing this voice? Off voice. Then silence on set, and then I answer and say, it was me, Luc, it was me. What? You did this voice? Oz voice? You didn't have an actor or anyone? And I say, no, I didn't have anyone else. And then silence, and they say, it's great. I think we're gonna keep your voice for the movie. But I just want to have a different way, you know. I want you to come on ADR, we're gonna do it again, but you're gonna do it.
Oh, fab.
and then I was just like, You know? So, and this is the funny part of
Shall
of
we
that.
hear your voice then?
And you can actually hear me. You can
let's
actually
play it
hear
back.
me because, well, I 6 months after I went on stage and I did some ADR. The first time that somebody is calling me not to record, but actually to be
do
an actor.
ADR in your own film.
Yeah, and this is my voice actually that we hear.
Del Rio?
J'ai un appel bizarre d'un ressortissant américain qui vit à Taïwan. C'est une jeune femme. Elle dit qu'elle a des infos sur un important trafic de drogue.
Je prends l'appel.
Ok, je vous enregistre. Hello?
Yes, I have important information about a group of drug traffickers. I need to speak with someone in a position of authority.
Right.
Funny moment.
Ah, cool. So the last thing to cover on Lucy is a nice little sort of one of these weird things that can happen at the end of a shoot when they realise we need to get some additional dialogue or cover some extra lines. When I've been asked by productions, can you go and record some ADR with someone for another show while you're working with them because, you know, they can't get them back for ADR. Tell me a little bit about this scene. So it's an exchange between Scarlett Johansson and Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, it was a really intimate dialogue that
Yeah.
they have, and I think that the story was Luc Besson went to Universal in Los Angeles, and Universal asked, "Oh, can we add 2 more lines?" And it was not possible to reshoot that scene, so they decided to use a sort of trick that when Morgan Freeman will talk, we will be on Lucy, on Scarlett Johansson, and when Scarlett Johansson's going to answer, we're going to see Morgan Freeman. So it's the easiest way to add some small lines. It was small lines doing the dialogue. So Luc Besson asked Morgan Freeman, agent, to record. I think it was shooting in Los Angeles in a movie, and to record that little 3 words line, you know, and then we're gonna do this on set because he's actually filming. We're gonna ask the guy, blah blah blah. So they did it, and then they sent the files to post production. The post production added this line on the edit, and then when I heard is that Luc Besson listened to this and said, "What the is going on here?" The thing is that they just record that line with totally another mic. We don't know exactly which mic, and outside, not inside.
Okay.
Well, it was
Cutting that into a scene with interior dialogue.
you have an
very
intimate scene. We got the mic here, really pointing. We are so in a sort of bubble with them, and suddenly you have an ad line coming from outside with the.
Sticks out so badly.
It was just not possible for him. So he was so upset that on a Saturday night I remember it was 8:30 on Saturday night. I was eating with my family, and then I got a phone call from him. And hello, this is Luc. What are you doing? I'm just having dinner. Okay, so listen, I want you to go to New York on Monday, which will be in 2 days. Okay, I want you to record 1 line with Scarlett Johansson. And then I just said nothing. I said, okay. And then he said, and maybe some reactions for another scene. I said, reactions. Okay. And then I said, Luc, do you know that I'm actually shooting on Taken 3? I said, yes, I know. For that reason, you're going to take a plane from Paris on Sunday, go there to be on Monday, record and not sleeping, going back to the airport and going back to France. And then you can go back on set. And then he said, did you understand? And then I say, yes, Luc, I understand. But I think I need to sleep. Yes, we're gonna buy for you business class tickets so you can sleep. But I want you to go back to Taken 3 because he was a producer of Taken 3, you know. And then he said, listen to me very carefully. I want you to use the same microphone you use on set, lavs and the boom. The lavs and the boom.
Which was a Sherps on this job, wasn't it?
Sherps.
Yeah,
and I want you to go there with these mics.
Yeah.
You go with the mics that you have. And then I say, understood. And then he say, I will repeat again. You use the same lav, because he was so upset about what happened, you know. And then he said, did you understand? And then I said, yes, Luc, I understood. And then, well, I went. I just took the shops with the same capsule, the lab, and I set up everything. Went to the airport on the Sunday night, I think it was. Went to New York. As soon as I arrived in New York, I went to a cab, went to the studio, go out of the studio, go in, and then with Scarlett Johansson, what are you doing here? And then I say, well, Scarlett, Luc asked you to come for this? And then I say, yes. My God, come on, let's do it. And then I record her, and then as soon as I finish, really, I just went out, go in another cab, go back to the airport, and fly back to Paris, which is incredible, you know.
Can we try and identify? Can you identify for me the line so we can see how beautifully it fitted in?
Yeah.
With all of this knowledge, Lucy, I'm not even sure that mankind is ready for it. We're so driven by power and profit. Given man's nature, it might bring us only instability and chaos.
Ignorance brings chaos, not knowledge. I'll build a computer and download all my knowledge in it. I'll find a way for you to have access to it.
I just hope we will be worthy of your sacrifice.
And you can hear a little bit the outside, you know, like.
So the line on him was about building a computer.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Exactly.
So it just fitted in really nicely.
Yeah. Absolutely. So but you know, I completely understand. Luc is just when you finish, when you're on the edit room, you're just completely in stress about your movie. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it, you know? This kind of mistake, you cannot do this. It's just like it make the director completely crazy. So I perfectly understand. If for him to be relaxed and to calm down, I need to go to New York, I will do it. It's just his movie. He's the guy who did Lucy and a couple of movies. And if I can help this guy about having what he wants, you know, I should do it. So it's not a problem to take one ticket to go to New York and record. I know it sounds crazy, but we can do it. And then I went back to the set of Taken 3 2 days after. Shooting, and we were shooting at that time in Paris. Taken, we shot on Los Angeles, Atlanta, Paris, and Alicante in Spain. But during that time, we were shooting in Paris.
Yeah, big films, big requirements.
Yes.
And the budget to fly you to and fro.
Business class.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, wow. And what's interesting I find there is that he asked specifically for the same microphone because you were choosing to use different microphones on the two of them. You chose the Sherps to get the rich, the finesse of her voice.
Absolutely.
She had a sort of more of a unique sound.
Yes.
And him on a 50. So you imagine you recorded him on a 50.
Yes. It's just trying to contribute as much as we can about, well, help me to tell the story, you know, to tell the story of this particular person that becomes just like a special person, you know, with all this knowledge and everything. And even for her, she said that the voice was tuning down as soon as she became more
aware.
So I remember that on Scarlett Johansson trailer, she put like different stages. Like 10% brain, 15% brain, blah, blah, blah. And then she said, I need to be like that. The head, like position, the body language, there's this and this. And the voice was so I needed to be specifically precise about the way I will picking up this voice, you know. So Sharps, just like, for me, Sharps is like a photography of the sound, you know. It's like so precise. It's just like an X-ray, actually, of the sounds. That is Sharps for me. So yes, I wanted to use this specific tool for her. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing with us today. Well,
thank you, Simon. It was a real pleasure, really.
And wishing you the very best.
And thank you, URSA, actually. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. It's been really brilliant to hear how it is that you've gone from the early stages of prep and all through production and being able to go the extra mile to achieve the results you get, to get the live sound and to avoid the ADR at all costs and working with actors and directors to do that.
Luc Besson and Ridley Scott No idea.
No idea.
No possible. They don't want, actually. They don't want.
Yeah. Well, good luck on Napoleon.
Thank you so much.
And thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for watching. And I hope this has been a useful little breakdown of some scenes. And hopefully see you soon.
Bye, Simon.
Bye.